Hello and welcome back in another sheet metal workshop video, and in this video we're going to talk about the square lock form wheels. I have here two pairs about these wheels, and one is a little bit wider than the other one. The smaller one we use for smaller diameters or smaller things, and these big ones, the 7mm one, so this size is 7mm. Here we have 7mm, and the smaller one is 5mm. So I've decided to split this video in three parts, and this is part one. And in part one I'm going to show you the basics of those square lock form wheels, and we're going to make an end cap. Here we have a piece of pipe, and in the piece of pipe there's an end cap, and we're going to make in this video an end cap that always fits. So this is actually a good beginner's guide, and we're going to start straight away with it. Now the pipe has got a diameter of 300 millimeter. Okay, and I already have cut some plates out, and these plates are 310, so I have give 10mm on each side, 5mm allowance for the edge we're gonna bring up. So I have here two plates, and I have here two pieces for the circumference of the pipe, the end cap, and a half circumference of 300 diameter is 471 plus 30, that makes 501mm for a half of the metal. See, 501. Now what we're going to do is, first is we're going to scratch here the overlap, 15mm, and then 20, 15 and 20. Same thing on the other one. So the 20mm is actually for the square wheels we're going to cut out here. And same thing we're going to do on the other side. Now once we have cut it out, we have actually two halves, and the exact circumference is from here till here. So that is the exact circumference. Now we have these plates, and what we're going to do is we're going to put first on my safety glasses so I can see also better. So what we're going to do, we're going to put in first these wheels, and we're going to set up these wheels like this. So if they are in the machine, if this is the middle, so we're going just a little bit out of the middle, more to the right side from me. So that will be like this here. That's the setup. And from the plate, we're going to have here 70mm distance from the plate. So here's the machine. Gonna put it in the wheels. Now, just like I've shown before, I'm gonna set up now the upper and the down wheel. And I will have from the plate until the edge of the under wheel 17mm for this one. No. So we have here 17. Yeah, okay. Now before we do that, I'm going to round one of these parts. So I'm going to round one. So this one is exactly half round. This one I'm going to keep straight because you don't really have to round it, but I'm just going to show it now here. So we go once, second time, you can see, And now every time we go straight, we're gonna move this little bit, tighten it every time a little bit up. So, and this is already enough. So this is how it looks. Now the thing is, we have this metal outside and we got this one. This one is now stretched out. So you can see here that it's going to the out. And because of the stretching out, this circumference has been changed, but the original is still there. So that's why it's important we do not go too deep. Okay, now I have rounded this one before. And this one we're going to round straight away. See? So by putting it through the machine, you can round it straight away. It's a good practicing thing if you've never done it before. Making end caps as a beginner's guide is a real good one. So this one is done by a rounding machine, and this one I done just straight putting through the machine. And the next thing is we're going to pull down this edge a little bit down. So it looks like this. Same thing we're going to do with the other side also. Okay, now these things are ready, and the next thing what we're going to do is now we're going to put on the plates, and for the plates we're gonna need these beading wheels here, and the setup of these beading wheel will be, well, like this. So I'm gonna change these wheels. So we set up now the wheels, and we're just gonna leave a little bit distance here. So I have now, if I'm gonna measure it from the plate until the end of the edge of the under wheel, well, we have about, well, 6 millimeters, almost 7. Okay, well, let's do it. So the plate is going, so I'm gonna first, so I have already here, you see 15 millimeters overlap. So what I'm doing is now first hold it straight and go once, and by the second time hold it a little bit in an angle of 45 degrees. See, and we have here 5 millimeter. Same thing we do with the other one, so I can also do it with one hand. See, and now these plates are done. So what we're going to do now, the upper wheel comes exactly above the under wheel, like this. This we're going to move a little bit forward, and now we're going to lock form this together. That's why I call this video also the square lock form. So this is the square lock form, so I'm going to put here, you see with my line, so you see here, that is what happens if this circumference has been changed. That's why it's a little bit over, but that is not so a problem. So now we have done those both things, and now we're gonna get out here these edges. So I'm gonna take my saw here. So, okay, put them together. Same thing on this side. So now we have here the end cap, and now because we have orientated to the circumference of the outside, it must fit. It's a must fit situation. So, and here you can see, looks here. The only thing I have to do is put in screws, so it's fit exactly inside. So, well, that was the first video about the square lockform wheels, and I hope you enjoyed the video. It's really a beginner's guide, and see you in the lockform square wheels part 2, where we're gonna make a pipe, and also in part 3 will come. Okay, thank you for watching. See you.